So my first supercar that I ever reviewed was the
Oh, look at
Countach.
that.
Because that would have been I drove that in 1990, I
Yeah.
think, and it had been restored by the owner because it belonged to some Saudis who had basically, thrashed the car. So he had lovingly restored it. And I literally was just starting out. I was literally just starting out writing for a newspaper and stuff like that. A friend of mine lived in a place called Saudi City in Jeddah, and he told me, "Oh, there's a Countach around here." So we sort of basically stalked this guy
Yeah.
until we found him. And I said, "Oh, I write for a newspaper and this and that. Could I do a feature on it?" He said, "Yeah, sure. Come over X day and I'll take you out for a ride." We're like, "Okay." So we got in the car. We went out to the Corniche area. And my friend jumped into my car, and we pulled over into a lay-by, and I had an old Handycam Sony video camera, and I gave him the camera, and I said, film us driving off and film us driving back. As we drove off, he filmed us, and we went down the road, went up the Corniche, and the guy then turned to me, and I don't know what possessed him. He turned to me, he said, "Shazad, would you like to have a go?" I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm 20, I think I'm 20 or 21 years old,
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I get in this car and I am scared shitless. I'll be absolutely honest with you. This is like the most intimidating thing I've ever driven in my life, And I got in this car and I drove it and I could only see out of it straight. I couldn't see, I was like, is there anything on that side, And this is a wide open roads in Saudi,
Yeah,
so there was no issue. But at one of the traffic lights, literally, I think it was a Supra that came up alongside of us, Supra from that era. And he was revving the engine, and we were literally in second gear because we weren't even using first. We were in second gear, and it just floored it, and he just became a dot
Yeah.
in the mirror, disappeared. And then when we came back to the lay-by, I pulled into the lay-by, and you can see I got to find the footage somewhere because it's somewhere. And you can see my friend. He's videoing the car coming in, and then he realizes it's me driving, and he goes, "Shazad!" And he puts the camera down so you don't actually see me, but it's